Hello, everybody. Welcome to this like investigator. So, guys, it's late. Today it's almost 12 a.m. and I'm relaxed here. No, I'm relaxed, but I wanted to just do kind of a quick look about what's going on today in the world. So, okay, so let's do it. Let's get to it. I'll just do a quick commenting. Okay? All right, let's get started. So, tens of thousands joined protest against Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Demonstrations marked the first big display of public resistance to President's frenetic second term. So, I'm sure you guys have seen there's a lot of footage from cities all over the US with protests. So I just wanted to ask here, what is the effect of these protests and what does this mean? Okay, so let me do the protection. I'd like to ask for protection, a beautiful ray of light coming on top of my head. As I breathe in, I fill my lungs. As I breathe out, I create a circle. I create a circle. I step into it. I step into it. I feel protected. I feel connected. I'd like to ask that information come only from the highest sources, that I create the good and only the good, and so it is. Okay, so let's see. All right, so what is going on here with the protests? I just see people coming. It shows me this image as if it comes from heaven of everybody coming together and raising their hands as they hold their hands together, as if to say we're standing together for the values that we care about. And then I see the image of Trump kind of being kind of upset as he sees this on TV, I think, and then moving, turning around and going to get a hamburger. And he thinks to himself, I did what my job was, which is to follow what Putin wanted, and it is what it is. These people just have to deal with it. And I see that also he has very little patience for his own voters and people that don't praise him, basically. So, okay, so then the next question is this going to lead to something else? Meaning, is this going to lead to something significant? Or is it just what just not that it's just protest, but what is the impact of these? It's interesting. I see the administration as being almost unwilling. No, I'm not talking about Trump, but they see it and they see the writing on the wall and they see that it's almost like there's no teeth. Okay, of course they have already done horrible things, but it's like they feel they see the writing on the wall. They're not popular and I don't think what I see here, it does not suggest to me hyper-aggression, even though, as we know, they are super aggressive and horrible. I don't feel like what I thought they would want to do, which is to arrest people, kill people, whatever, right? No, I don't see that at all. I just see them looking, oops, had that everything is having the opposite effect. And I see interesting now, even though I wasn't asking, that Elon Musk is actually quite upset with the tariffs because the tariffs are crashing the stock market. And I think yes, of course, I'm not sure, I'm sure they would probably be able to do loopholes for certain companies and the companies that Elon Musk asks for, but I see that Elon Musk calculates very quickly how much money he's going to lose, and it's a whole lot of money. And his main business, which is Tesla, truly is tanking, and he has all these margin calls because he has borrowed money based on the Tesla stock. And if it goes below a certain threshold, then he has to pay back what he owes. Okay. So, and I see him making a gesture that I have no money, I have no money. And it's because and I see that it's interesting. They now, I think Elon Musk and Trump kind of hate each other. At first, I still feel that Elon is very resentful of Trump. How dare he? I gave him everything he has. And because he's sidelined and he realizes he does not have the same amount of power he used to have, he takes it very personally. And it just, and I feel like he's already plotting his revenge against Trump. But anyway, these are the feelings here about this. Anything else? That's right. And it keeps showing me that people coming together very, very peacefully and everything, and it being this sort of like congregation of people in a good way, in a very beautiful way. Oh, all right. Okay. That's what I get here. All right. So guys, I'm here bury my face. Okay. I hope I don't look too terrible because it's very late at night. Let me just, I think I'm just gonna hide my hide picture here. Okay. Because who needs to see me like this? Nobody. Okay. No, really. It's just I just want to comment on the news, and I don't. I mean, this is also Saturdays, which tends to be my day, quote unquote, off. But it's okay. I think there's so much going on that I want to go over it. But let's see. I want to go over it. I just don't need to be on camera. Let's see. Okay, so this was quite interesting. I watched a very brief clip of Ted Cruz. I don't need to find it necessarily because the this article discusses the content of it. So basically, he openly stated the danger of tariffs. He does not want tariffs. Ted Cruz says Republicans face midterms bloodbath if Trump tariffs trigger U.S. recession. Warning from Texas Senator come as president's trade war send U.S. markets into tailspin. So what I the part that let's see if the article talks about here, it's that um he came out against tariffs. Okay, so here it is. Oh, I did not know that he was not born in the US, actually. The Canada-born Texan did not share the president's assessment that tariffs would usher in a booming economy. Instead, Cruz said there could be an enormous economic boom only if the US and any retaliating countries slash their duty rates. But if every other country on earth hits the US retaliatory tariffs and Trump's so-called reciprocal levies remain in place, that is a terrible outcome, the senator warned. If the confrontation between the US and its trading partners escalates into a full-blown trade war, it would destroy jobs here at home and do real damage to the US economy, Cruz said. It would also have a powerful upward impact on inflation. And so this is sort of shocking sometimes to read these things because you realize he can be intelligent, right? Ted Cruz. So he's saying very sensible things, and it is unusual, to be honest, that I'm surprised, I have to say, to read this from Ted Cruz, because I thought that I don't know if you guys remember, but when in 2015, before Trump became the main candidate, pe people like Peter Thiel had placed their chips on Ted Cruz. So it's kind of interesting that now he has come out uh, very much against the tariffs, and I think he's being honest here. And the things he's saying here are definitely true. So let's ask. I'm just going to ask: is Ted Cruz right? Yes, of course he is. They're saying. Um, is Ted Cruz and or other Republican or are Ted Cruz and other Republicans going to do something about the tariffs, or is it just talk? What is going to happen to these tariffs? Now I see that interesting. Him and others also are saying, nope, we're not going to go ahead with this. But there is more resistance from the House because that's where the radicals, the most radical people are. It's saying the senators tend to represent big business interests and business interests in general, and they see what he is doing and how harmful his actions have been and could still be. Interesting. And then I see Trump. So it's Republicans and the Senate are standing up against it. And Trump is sitting at a rolling chair, and then he's just spinning in the same place and pretending like they're not talking to him, but they are. Again, this and what I get, the first emotion I pick up from Trump here is con I wouldn't say contempt, but is like, oh, whatever, I don't care. I really don't care, do you? That's the feeling I get from Trump. Contempt would be a stronger emotion in a way, in the sense of like, oh, he's, ha ha ha. It's not that. It's that he just doesn't care. He knows how reckless and dangerous his actions are, but he's there to please his handlers, and he doesn't care. So I have a question. Is it going to be different from the first term, like when he first had his first mandate, I guess? What is the difference? Okay, he was carefully stepping in, he was being much more careful then. And okay, let's see. So what is going to happen to these? I see that as Trump spins around this like on these rolling chairs, he is basically mentally moving away from whatever job he has. So he's withdrawn, and that's right. He's detached from reality, I feel like. And he essentially he's just watching Rome burns. And I do think that there's, of course, this feeling that he's happy just because he's followed his handler's orders, but also that I see that he has this maddening jealousy and hatred. So whatever he doesn't get, he blames others. And that's the same here. He feels that, oh, whatever, these people didn't vote for me. They didn't care. They actually picked the other woman. But you know what? I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. You're gonna regret it. So he is giddy, actually. He is happy to be doing this because he enjoys seeing the destruction of American abundance. I am serious. I'm not kidding. I 100% see this, that his energy is such that he prefers to see the the destruction and the demise of these people and families who did not vote for him. This is what a psychopath is. So, okay. But I just wanted to share this with you. Okay, let's see. So I just wanted to address some comments here or share some comments that I thought were interesting. So here this comment says Trump has made statements that have been perceived as dismissive of military service, suggesting that being captured or killed in battle does not make someone a hero. Instead, he has implied that avoiding military service, as he did, is a preferable choice. So it's all true that we have seen him saying, famously said something about John McCain being captured in Vietnam, that he liked uh, I, members of the military there were not captured. So, and we know, guys, what's so interesting is that John McCain was always very anti-Russia and was very, he said it. I think he said, I think Donald Trump, was it him who said it? I think it may have been. Oh no, this was Paul Ryan, wasn't it? That Trump is paid by Putin. But anyway, let's just I'm highlighting this comment because I want to know if um Trump did not go see the bodies that arrived from Lithuania. Like, right, the he just I'm not I'd say every day, but he often makes statements that suggest he really does not like the military at all. And then I go back to this image that I've had and Karina has had of him being taken down by the military. So my question is, where does his hatred for the military come from? Hatred and disrespect, basically. Interesting. So actually, you guys may or may not know this, that he went to a military high school, I think it was. And I don't know if I think he may have been a boarding school, but he was pretty strict and he rebelled against it. And so I feel like he hates them. He hates military and following the rules. That's how he sees the military. He has contempt for them. He feels that he should, oh, that's, wow, he's saying that he has in the past asked or may know that he would like to have his private army, like dictators do, right? That they will say, oh, I have an army that can go kill people or can do whatever I asked them to do. And the military has always said no. And so that's right, that's correct. He does not like the military also because, wow, I'm getting, he doesn't respect the fact that they are servants, right? That they serve a bigger cause and they support the country. That he looks at them and he thinks, well, even the generals, they make so little money. So, so that's right. So is this a reason why? So when he's called in, okay, to pause that one question, new question. So when he's called in, what does he, when he's called in by the military, does he, is he, it's interesting because I don't get the sense of fear from him. He may be too much of a psychopath. I just feel that he goes and tries to act nonchalant. And that's when they show him the information, but I don't feel that. I just feel like he avoids the military in general. And I think, is he afraid of them? I just feel like he wants to hate on them and disrespect them to their face because he could never, that's right, he could never go up in the ranks. And in order for him to go up, for him or anybody to go up in the ranks, they have to show service, something he is not capable of doing. So it's just, no, interesting. Let me remove my face today. It's so annoying. So, okay, so that's this part. Um, because I was thinking, guys, that I was wondering really, does Trump know inherently that the military is going to be involved in his removal? It's saying yes, actually, which is interesting. Does he know? Does he really know? Because otherwise, no, but he's saying he has seen the types of accommodations they have. Some of them are not terrible, really. Okay, all right, so let's see. Let's see more. So this other comment says, turning our public's oil reserve over to a private corporation is exactly what Putin did when he took over. He turned over each utility and resource over to hand-picked oligarch companies, which in turn created oligarchs. So I thought it was quite interesting, this comparison. And just to say that the difference, I think, is that a lot of the companies that Russia has plundered were basically once utilities, right? So okay, so tell me how far is this going to, because this refers to something I mentioned on the last video here. But let's see, is he going to own all these multiple storage-like places or wow, I do, it's interesting. Wow, is it going to? Yeah, it's weird. I see these violent images. I see that it's interesting. He wants to, oh my God, he wants to help Russia even more. He wants them to come and to use the West stock markets. Okay, what happens to the utilities? Oh, I see that he's kind of annoyed that people discovered it so quickly, and he's going to try to cover up and say that he hasn't done something. It's also possible that he could try to pretend that he has done nothing, which is I'm 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 sorry, I don't know which one it was worse to be honest, but that's what I got. Okay. So so guys, it's really late, so I'm gonna stop really soon, but I just want to ask one last question. One last question. And the last question is what's going to happen what is likely to happen next week? Interesting. It shows me Trump's feet being getting deeper into the mud, as if he's digging himself a hole that he can't quite get himself out of. Soon enough, it's saying. Hmm. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, guys. I should get going because it is getting late, but I'll talk to you tomorrow. I just wanted to share these two very brief um questions. Okay. The questions and the mentions of the comments. Okay. All right. So thanks for watching, and I'll come back full on tomorrow. Bye.
Prayer and energy time. Let's use this time to send energy to people healing and going through complex health challenges. Their bodies need the energy we send them. Bo, recuperating from intestinal surgery at the Mount Sinai Hospital, battling cancer and winning. I spoke to her today and I felt her mother telling me she will survive and thrive. Cecilia, her sister, visits her daily. Cecilia is herself also battling cancer, and she's also winning. Bella is also undergoing cancer treatment. Let's envision her pain free and 100% cancer free. Treatment. Let's send Bo, Cecilia, and Bella energy. Bo, Cecilia, and Bella are fully healed, full of energy, cancer free, and proud to tell this story of great health and recovery. Okay, so I'm just going to be silent for a bit as I send them energy right now. And I hope you do the same. And also, you can think of others that you know, your loved ones, someone that you feel may be in need of energy, and focus on them. Okay? Okay, so let's start. I'll be silent here for a little bit. Thank you again. Let's create this circle of energy around them. And so it is.